What's going on, guys? In today's video, I am going to talk a little bit about one of the biggest lies that the church tells and that Christians in general tell themselves and others, that it turns off unbelievers and believers alike and gives people false impressions of what being a Christian is really all about. So a lot of people ask me what my inspiration was behind making this channel in the first place. And I have a lot of reasons for starting the channel, but probably none bigger than this one, the one that I'm about to make this video about. So I believe that the church really suffers from feeling like every single member has to have the appearance of having their stuff together. You guys probably each have a family member that really does not have their stuff together, but will make it look like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media they use, like they have a picture-perfect storybook life where nothing goes wrong, they're always happy, and you always see pictures of them and their husbands and wives and children just smiling, just having a fantastic time. And while that's fantastic and that might be the case sometimes, there are also lots of times where we go through valleys as well. So this is a real issue in a lot of churches because they try to make it seem like they don't really ever get depressed, they don't really ever feel sad or down, and I feel like that's missing out so much on the people that we could affect and the people that we could touch if we were just authentic and genuine in our faith. One of the guys that was a real inspiration for me starting this channel was a guy named Montel Fish, and he did videos on talking about his addiction to pornography, feeling like he wasn't ever going to find a significant other, and just feeling really overall down and depressed. And the videos that he made really inspired me and uplifted me because there was a level of realness and authenticity to it. But I see so many Christians and social influencers and YouTubers that completely paint Christianity as a religion where something really bad can happen to us, or we can just be incredibly depressed, where something really bad happens to us, or our circumstances are terrible and everything is just A-okay, great. And while that's a fantastic picture to paint, that being a Christian helps us to deal with those things, we almost sometimes give people the impression that we don't get to be sad, you don't get to be depressed. It gives off a holier than thou kind of vibe almost. One of my recent subscribers, I actually popped over to their channel to check out what they were saying. His name is Josiah. I can just link his channel for the video that he did on a very similar subject. It inspired me so much that I wanted to make a video of my own addressing the exact same subject. So go check him out. So if a guy like Montel Fish wasn't real and didn't talk about his problems, he would just be another Christian YouTuber. There's a place for that, and there's a place for optimism. And like Josiah said in his video, it really draws people to those videos because the excitement and the optimism is definitely a draw, and it's attractive. But I can tell you that I've had so many instances where being real and really sharing my testimony, the things that I don't love telling other people about, has meant me being able to touch people's lives. So I've told y'all in one of my previous videos how to tell people about Jesus, that I met this one kid at a YMCA, and just kind of on an impulse, I decided that I was gonna go over there and talk to him about Jesus. So I did, and I told him about Jesus. I asked him if he was saved and if he knew him, and he told me yes, and I asked if I could pray for him. And so we started talking a little bit afterwards because he came up to me and asked if I could audibly hear God's voice telling me to go over there and talk to him. And I told him, well, I don't hear it audibly, but I just get these feelings in my soul, I feel like, where God is is leading me to do things. And so we end up talking for a little while, and the subject ends up getting, I like to bring up some of the things that I struggle with. So I've in the past, I've struggled with pornography. I've struggled with having anger issues, with having lots of trust issues, with just overall being pessimistic about my faith and about life in general. And that ended up leading him to talk about his struggles with things, and about his past and the way that he grew up, and just the place that he was in. And I never ever would have had that conversation if we had had the normal interaction. So many people on the street these days will come up to you. The first thing that they ask is, how was your day, or how are you doing? And your response is, oh, I'm good, I'm pretty good, or I'm doing all right. Well, oftentimes that's not the case. There are countless times in our lives where things are not going great. We get those introductions, and of course we say the usual thing just because we don't want to make a big deal out of it, and they're strangers to us oftentimes. But how powerful would it be if not only when we met people, but just in the church setting, if we were open and vulnerable and bold, as this channel name suggests, with our faith, and talked about the things that we're going through, the things that we're struggling with. Because I think that we would find that if we opened up and were genuine, that we'd find that other people are struggling so much with the same exact thing. And that's what I've heard so many times with this channel, is that I talk about subjects that people tell me all the time that they felt completely alone about. How powerful would it be if we were open, genuine, and authentic, honest about the things that we're going through and the struggles that we have, guys? I've had so many experiences with disciple groups where talking about things that were deep and personal and things that I struggled with, we're going to be kind of looked at like, wow, this guy's really got a problem. Like, all of us are like, we're fine, but like, this guy's got a real issue. And I've had one disciple group that I went to that was totally the opposite of that. And when one person shared, it opened the floodgates, and everybody shared, and everybody was really doing community with each other. But I've been part of disciple groups, like I said, where no one was genuine, no one was honest, and it takes a leader to step up and say, hey, listen, these are my problems. It's scary to put my problems out there, but I'm going to put my issues and the things that I struggle with out there so that other people can take that step. Because I can tell you, like I've said in other videos, what Satan wants us to do is to feel like our problems are only our own, and like we're all alone in our struggle. And sometimes, like I said, it takes one person stepping out and saying, this is an issue that I face, for other people to have the courage to admit their problems or to admit their struggles. Anyway, guys, this video might have kind of been a bit of a rant. I'm pretty passionate about the subject, hence me starting this channel. But if you guys like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to turn on the bell notifications so that you know when I'm going to post a new video. I appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video, whenever that is. Thanks.